everybody. We hope you're doing well today. We are back with our Watercolor Warrior, second to last day, and we are going to be creating tree silhouettes today. A silhouette is a piece of art, so a drawing, a picture, a painting of any dark object against a light background so that you can't really see the details of the object, just the shape. So our object today is a tree and our background is a beautiful sunset. So what you need is a piece of paper. We're just using our thicker cardstock today. If you have watercolor paper, that's great because then it doesn't curl up like the cardstock does.
Mama.
You need watercolor paints, some water, and some brushes. We like to have a bigger brush to fill in our backgrounds. Even a little bigger than this would be fine. And then a slightly smaller brush, a round brush typically is good for our detail of our silhouette, especially because we're doing a tree and we want to be able to create the branches. Yes, Cal, I feel you.
Mama, did you know it's okay if I do my own color silhouette? I'm going to do a rainbow with my rainbow tree.
You can do your own artwork however you would like. All right, so we're going to start with our sunset or sunrise if you'd like. I would say the first color that I'd like to start with is yellow for the sun. But you can start with whatever color you'd like. And I'm going to try today to paint on the easel so that you can see. Because I notice, and you may have noticed this too if you're using cardstock or just like regular thick paper at home, that it absorbs the water pretty quickly.
Oh my god, look at all this rainbow.
I know, I think when our paint palette was still wet, we must have tipped it, and there's orange paint that's run into all the other colors. That happens sometimes. It's
and
okay.
Yellow, it's a green.
And some yellow.
Mama,
All right.
can I show them?
You need some help. So I've decided,
See?
oh my goodness, that orange paint, it's just run away today. So I'm gonna start a little off center, which means not quite in the middle of my page, and I'm gonna make a round shape in yellow that can be my sun.
Mommy, I need help.
What do you need help with opening it?
Yeah. No.
Oh, you're trying to fit it in there? Oh, well there you go. You figured it out all on your own. Nice. Quinn, can you just be careful of the camera behind you? The tripod's right behind your foot. Thanks. All right, so I've got the yellow. Now I'm gonna do a little more yellow, but I'm gonna use more water so that it's lighter here around the outside of my sun shape. Try not to use too much water because then it will drip because my painting is upright. But if you are working on a flat surface, you can use as much water as you would like.
First I did red on my rainbow.
See Quinny's little head there today?
I guess you can kind of see. See? There's a little red.
There it is. All right, the next color I've decided I'm going to use is orange. So I'm going to add a little bit. Oh, look, Kala needs orange too. I'm not going to share. All right. I'm going to do some orange.
Because I know orange is after red in the rainbow.
And I'm going to blend it. That means I'm going to try on my paper to mix the orange with the yellow a little bit.
Mommy,
And that means I might need a little bit more yellow to add in.
Mommy, I want to try one.
You want to try one?
Yeah.
Would you like a piece of paper so you can paint as well? Yeah? All right. Well, I'm going to finish this part right here, okay?
Yeah, get.
You have something on your nose.
Quinn's right in
All
front
right.
of the
There's
tripod
some
right
orange
here.
around my sun. Let me just get my
You
friend
might
here some
see
paper.
her hair.
Yeah, this is for you, my dear. And there's some brushes.
You
I'm gonna have a
You start
Quinn right here.
her.
Work right here. That way you can reach everything, okay? And that way, we have a little less Quinn hair in the video. All right, I'm gonna add some more orange, and I'm gonna start making it a little bit darker here as I go out. Have you ever seen a sunset before with really bright colors? What are some colors that you've seen in a sunset? Can you think of any, Kala?
No.
I know that when we look out our window, sometimes we see sunsets that have cotton candy clouds. What color would those be? Like pink clouds and purple clouds? Those are pretty sunsets. Sometimes the sky is different shades of pink and yellow.
And blue.
And then there's often blue on the outside.
I love pink and blue.
Sometimes if you're in a really warm place, the sunsets are even brighter. And you know what? I wish I knew off the top of my head why that is. Maybe it's because often these warm places are closer to the equator, which means they're a little closer to the sun. I would bet that that might be part of the reason.
Oh.
All right, so I've got this orange and yellow around my sun, and I think I'm gonna go in with some red now.
Rainbow?
Look at that rainbow. I'm gonna, again, water it down a little bit and blend it. So right around where the orange and red meet, I'm gonna go over it with my wet brush so that I'm not necessarily seeing exactly where the red starts and the orange ends. That's what the blending
Make a rainbow.
is. We're mixing them together a little bit. Oh, Quinny, you're making a rainbow.
It looks more like a rainbow. It looks more like
And then I'm gonna
purple tornado, Quinn.
keep going outwards with
You
my
know
red
that
and
looks more
use
like a
more
purple
water so it's
tornado.
lighter towards the edge of my page
How to
here.
make a
You can use whatever
rainbow.
colors you would like. You can add blue, purple, even green if you think that's something you would see.
Moana.
Moana. Is that what you're making?
Are you
I see
making
lots
Moana
of purple
tornado?
on your page, Quinn. Are you using lots of purple today?
She's using blue and purple.
Blue and purple.
That
Cool.
makes it darker kind
All right,
of
we're
purple.
gonna paint all the way out here to the outside today, and I think I might do
Mama,
just a
make
tiny.
two.
You're gonna make two, a little bit of purple.
Make
I just am feeling the purple today. Yeah. Wow, Calla, that is some rainbow there. All right, look at that. We filled our whole page in with sunset colors. So bright and fun. All right, so I am all done with my backgrounds because I used this cardstock paper instead of watercolor paper. It's pretty close to dry. Not completely, but pretty close. There's no big wet spots going on. So that means I can start right in with my silhouette, with my tree silhouette. If there's a lot of wet spots on your page still, you might want to wait a little bit for your paper to dry to move on to the next step. So now, the only color I'm going to need is black.
Here you go.
Oh, you know what, Quinn? I'd like to do my own painting. Can you just do your own painting?
Mommy, do that. What it looks like.
You can do it on yours, but I don't really want you to do it on mine because I'm doing a lesson and I want to be able to show people what I'm doing.
Looks like a plant.
Well, we're going to make this work. No, thank you. I don't want you to paint on mine, but you can paint on yours. Yes, I see your face.
Mommy.
Okay. No, I don't want you to paint on mine. You have your own paper. We each get to paint our own artwork. I'm going to use what Quinn made and turn it into the base of my tree because I was going to set my tree off a little bit to the side anyway. So that works out just fine. So I'll move this over a bit so you can see. All right, so to create the bottom of my tree, the trunk of my tree, I'm going to start towards one side of my page. You can start wherever you would like. And I am going to make a curved line that goes about halfway on my page. Just like that. I hope you can see it.
You forgot your cloth.
I know, I forgot it again. What's going on with me? I usually have one in the drawer. I think that's why, but I threw it in the laundry and I've forgotten to grab it. Now I'm going to do the same type of line on the other side, curving in towards my first line to create the other side of my tree trunk. There you go. And now I'm going to fill that right in. You can use quite a bit of paint. As a matter of fact, if you have tempera paint that's black, that's a great paint to use here because it's a little thicker.
Mommy.
Calla would like to show her, so we're going to pause my lesson for a quick minute and show you. Look at that rainbow.
See, I have a sun right. That's the purple sun.
So many bright colors. We're going to let that dry and hang it right up. All right, so I'm going to go back in with my black paints. And now at the top of my tree trunk that's all filled in here, I'm going to create a V shape. A V shape goes like this. Like a peace sign. You see that? I'm going to create that right here.
Mama.
A V shape there right on my tree.
Right.
Those are my first two branches. Now if you look at a tree, you'll notice that all of the branches go off in the different directions, but they're all shaped like a V. They all meet in the middle and make a V shape. And then they might go off and be kind of wavy or curvy or curl around even. But they all start with a V. So now we're gonna make some more V shapes. I'm gonna go to the top of this branch and I'm gonna take it off in one direction and then off in another direction. With some more branches. And the farther away I get from the trunk of my tree, this bottom part, the smaller the branches usually get. So I'm gonna add one more bigger branch here, right? So I'm creating another V there. You made Moana! Wow. That is that's a lot of purple. It's a purple painting.
Wow.
All right, and I'm gonna keep creating these V shapes.
Moana.
And making them a little smaller, so maybe I just won't dip my brush back in.
Mommy, make
as I make some of these smaller branches.
Mommy,
these
make a
V's.
tree.
I am making a tree, Quinn. What do you think? Okay.
Mommy, I make a tree.
Let me see. You are making.
That looks more like a circle tornado.
You can overlap them if you would like.
Quinn,
That is up to you.
Quinny?
How much detail you want to do. I did
But
not
that looks
overlap
more
my
like
branches.
a purple tornado. Did you know that? It looks more like a purple
In my
tornado.
example, but I think I am going to overlap them a bit in this one.
Moana.
It makes it look even more realistic. I'm going to make some of my branches more curvy than others.
That, no, that.
That did not be a project. There we go. Look at that. We got a tree coming here. All right, I'm going to finish up the branches on this side here. I love making trees. I find it really relaxing and fun. I love painting anything from nature. We do a lot of nature arts
Mommy,
in our house.
But I do a lot of princesses. I painted a lot of
that's
princesses
true.
over there.
You have done a lot of princess
Afterwards,
art
out of the
recently.
lesson, can you please show them all my princesses?
I think we can do that today, yeah. All right, so I've got my branches, I've got my wavy tree. Now the last thing I'm going to do is create the ground that the tree is growing out of.
I want purple.
I've decided you can either go straight across or you can make it a little bumpy or wavy. I think I'm gonna have my tree on a little hilly surface here. Maybe it's in the middle of a kind of hilly field. I'm going to paint all the way to the bottom of my page, filling in those shapes, those silhouettes of the ground.
Wait. I might need to wash my fingers today. Whee! I need to wash my fingers.
We're going to have to. You know what, guys? I'm going to have you not do the finger painting today, only because I noticed that it's gouging out our paint and making it a lot harder to use. We have actual finger paint that we can take out after if you'd like.
What actual finger?
Like finger paint that's made for finger painting. It washes off a lot better. We could pour it into a bowl or something. Okay? All right, and I'd also like some grass. I don't know if I'm going to do grass on all of my ground, but I think I'll do some on some of it.
Mine.
There's some grass. When I make grass, I'm just
Make
making
it, Mom.
small vertical
Mommy,
lines.
make it. Mommy, make it.
I see you have some paint on your hands. Vertical lines are lines that go up and down. And I'm making mine in little bunches of different sizes because grass grows often in bunches or tufts. And doesn't always grow to be the same size. All right. So there you have it. We have our tree silhouettes with the sunset backgrounds. I hope you guys enjoyed this project today, and
Look at my other painting.
There's Callie's other painting. I would love it if you would like this video, subscribe to our channel. Thank you, Quinn, and check out what else we have here. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Kindred Tips. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Oh, Calla wants to show you her princess art, so I'm going to do a quick tour of her little gallery here. She's worked very hard on some of this art recently.
That one's a punter, that one's on an overlap, that one's me. flowers. That one's a mermaid. That one's Anna Nelson and mostly Olaf and Tiana.
And Tiana. Yay! Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.